Grief, what happened? I kind of feel like a lot of those chemicals are bad for the environment, but then again, there are some people that are bad for everybody's environment. And I'm going to definitely get into using more chemicals, in particular for the purpose of banishing. And I ordered quite a few different powders and stuff and oils. Um, those are typically for dressing candles. You can actually use certain chemicals in your spell workings. And I've been knowing about this for quite some time. I have used things like bleach, I've used ammonia previously. Um, I'm just gonna come right out and say it. Sometimes you have to use chemicals that could possibly burn, a person's skin. Very volatile chemicals in spell work. For example, if it's a person that you just can't seem to get rid of, and I've been seeing another practitioner use this Diablo drain cleaner. And I'd like to get my hands on some of that stuff because, I just want to tell you that I feel strongly, in particular with the issues that I go through on YouTube. I feel strongly that these things happen to me, or they are happening to me because it's meant to make me a stronger and wiser witch. Okay. And I have never done this ever. Like I said, I've only used bleach and ammonia for this person, but I'm like, I'm going to use something stronger. So this is for if you can't get rid of somebody, okay? Literally somebody that you want to get rid of, somebody that's always got their name in your mouth. I'm sorry, your name in their mouth. And I honestly feel sorry for the person that falls victim to a practitioner that uses these particular volatile chemicals on spell work for them. So, for example, you could possibly make a puppet of a person, or you could just take their picture, write their name down, and put them in a jar with some chemicals to pretty much get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? And I think that this is one of the things that spirits want me to get better at. I honestly believe that. I believe that, especially since I deal with people and their stalkers. By the way, big up to the people that have already been, I've gotten a huge response on my Gemini readings. Um, and, a lot of people are saying, oh my God, you're spot on. So I really appreciate the feedback on that. And I've got other readings coming up. I'm going to get the rest of them, or either get like 3 or 4 of them done later on today. Because to be honest with you, I got to give me some rest. I do make sure that I get plenty of rest. Okay. But my whole thing about it is that sometimes when you're doing spiritual work, or if you are a spiritualist, it's important for you to learn all of the tricks of the trade. And I'm definitely learning. I will tell you that I am learning because I have never in my life, like, guys, I've had stalkers. I'm usually one of the type of people that usually does get a lot of attention. In particular, when I would work jobs and stuff, I would definitely get a lot of attention. Never have I ever seen anything like this. And I think that it's a spiritual thing. I think it's a learning curve that I am learning. Um, so I'm gonna be getting some stuff, and I actually saw some at my supplier. I think I'm gonna go on there and order some today. I actually saw some stuff with my supplier. I think it's sort of the same thing. I seriously believe that that is the reason why, so that I can make sure that I can effectively banish people that need to be banished, because some people do need to be banished, okay? And this now, back when I broke it off with my exes years ago, I mean, my ex just literally, I mean, he just stayed attached for so long. And at the time, I wasn't really doing much about it spiritually, as far as like with doing spiritual work, because I wasn't necessarily doing spiritual work back then. But I think that it would have, if it would have been really, really, really bad, like it was bad enough, trust me. But anytime you have somebody that literally just won't go away, and I think that that is what these chemicals are going to be good for. So I will be making sure that I invest in some stuff like that, especially if it's somebody that you don't want in your life. And, I think that having an intent and using those chemicals with that intent is the most important thing. Because I know that if you're using drain cleaner, you're dissolving things, right? So you would be dissolving something. And that's really what a lot of people need to do with some of these people that just won't leave them alone, especially if you're a woman. And women are so vulnerable out here. Okay. We're just kind of like, always the target of men. Men think that they have the right to do these things to us when they don't. Um, especially men that generally don't have respect for women. Um, I'm not the type of person that is, promiscuous, that would smash the homies. I'm just really not that type of person. And when you say it over and over again, and I know some of you women, you know, literally we need to find effective spell work to send people probably down to the sewer where they belong. I mean, that's just serious. And anytime you're using chemicals, because I know that ammonia is really, really good. Vinegar can be good as well. But I think that when it's somebody that is extremely stubborn, extremely stubborn, like the, because I don't even want to touch, inhale, even take the chance. I don't even, we had gotten some drain cleaner for the sink. Um, but at this point, I'm sitting here looking at this and I'm researching and doing more research as far as what my options are when it comes to root work, because I've, again, I've never had to deal with anything like this because I was kind of a late bloomer, as far as in witchcraft. Okay. I was a late bloomer. Um, I know for a fact that these chemicals definitely seem to do the trick. I actually had really, really good results with ammonia because I used it for something. I didn't use it for this purpose, but I did use it for something. It was for something else. Okay. It was for a situation that I had going on. Okay. Which was stemming and arising from YouTube. But um, I'm definitely going to get more into using the chemicals for any kind of enemy work and black magic, as far as like getting rid of a person. I think that that's really what those chemicals are good for, is getting like when you literally just want to get rid of a person. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely going to do a couple of spells um and see how things work out with that. Now for me, I think that a lot of times, you have to be really careful with your intent though, because you can actually make somebody sick like that. You can actually make somebody sick. And a lot of practitioners don't care. And I don't, I don't, I don't blame them depending on what that person, like what that person has done, like what they have done to the practitioner who is doing the work. I'm going to have some stuff delivered a little bit later on today. And because I have just really gotten to the point where I'm not going to let anybody run over me. For some reason, I think that people think that I'm very soft, I'm very sweet, and that they can just do anything that they want. And, most witches are, very enchanting. Let's put it like this. I've seen all sorts of witches. I've seen witches that are really, 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 really beautiful. And I've seen some that are really, 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 really ugly. Okay. I have. So, but I think that all of us, whether or not you consider yourself to be beautiful or ugly, I judge people based upon how they feel about themselves. So I don't think of anybody as ugly. Okay. But there is no way that, men should be doing stuff like that or women should be doing certain things. And so I already have my little hex jar. Um, I don't think I put this one person in. I was only focusing on other people that I was dealing with. But, for right now, what I'm doing is I'm using my graveyard dirt, I'm using my sulfur, I'm using my poppies. And I'm just, if you do anything to me, I'm just putting you in that jar. I got it sitting right here. That's another thing I'm going to do. But I really, really, really want to start working with the chemicals for hex work, is what I want to do. And I think that's what I'm going to do as far as like, adding that to it because I don't have my jar sealed because I knew I was going to have to add more people to it. But I think it's ridiculous. I think that the spirits will lead you to like the correct information to deal with this because my mother never taught me witchcraft ever. Okay. And that was a problem. That's why I'm constantly trying to teach my kids witchcraft because you never know when you're going to need it. And when you have somebody that is stalking, harassing you, somebody that you have told, I want nothing to do with you, there is, no chance of me being your friend. There's no chance of me being your girlfriend. There's literally not going to be anything, especially when you're not the type of woman that's going to pass yourself around to, several different men that's in the same clique. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I believe that we have to use extreme force in some situations because some people don't respond to herbs. Some people don't respond to something like vinegar or bleach or ammonia. Some people need that red devil Drano cleaner because that was the kind that I wanted to get. It's called Red Devil, that drain cleaner. Okay. Some people need that. You know what I'm saying? And Spirit did tell me that. That's why I came on here to talk and then because I'm over here doing spell work right now, doing reversals. Nobody should have to continuously do reversals. This is ridiculous. So, I actually I want to thank a couple of the witches on here for sharing the information that they do because what our mothers didn't teach us, we learn through each other. And I feel like it's important for us to be supportive of each other as women because, and so it's just I appreciate all women that are on here. especially the dark magic practitioners. Like, I've learned a lot from them as far as like, because I'm not even gonna lie, like, I don't, there are some rituals that I have just kind of in my head, or either spirit will give me a ritual to do. But I think that spirit was definitely giving me, some pointers when they led me to, the ladies using Drano and drain cleaner, you know. Um, a lot of people don't believe in magic. I think that they don't believe in white magic. I think when it comes to doing black magic and when it comes to doing it the correct way, and especially if it's a toxic person, more than likely you're going to need to use something extremely toxic. Okay. So, I will do some show and tell, as far as, how I'm going to work it. So I will definitely be back. Um, and I will give credit to the witches that I got this idea from, or, maybe they don't want my stalkers. I don't know. I probably won't do that. I'll throw the cards and figure it out because, I've got some pretty crazy stalkers. But, the people that stalk me, they're not going to stalk anybody else. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like I'm just a sweet person, is basically the type of person that I am. Okay. And, I always try to settle things peacefully. And I think that it's important for you to do that. Once you have tried to settle things peacefully and you have stated your position to a person and that person doesn't get it, then you have to go to other extreme measures. So, yeah, I'm getting ready to clean it up. We're going to have to send in the cleaners. Y'all, if I could, I would use some acid, but I'm not going to bring no acid into my house. I'm not going to do it. Okay. No, because I've got, I just wouldn't do that. But, I've actually seen some practitioners using acid in their work as well. So, anyway, I'm going to see y'all later. I'm going to get this done so I can get some rest and lay down because, it's just as simple as a reversal. It always is. You know what I'm saying? And then on Sundays in particular, for some reason, I really got to do the reversals on Sunday. For some reason, I really have to like literally go into spiritual war. And to be honest with you, I don't really have no spiritual war. Like, I understand that we're all being pursued by negativity. However, there are a lot of us that don't have that intent. There are a lot of us that choose and want to live our lives in peace, and we have the right to do that. And then there are times when literally sometimes you are just being pulled into something that literally has nothing to do with you. Nothing. It serves no divine purpose of yours. And it just doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I'm saying? But I guess it's not supposed to make sense because it's chaos. So anyway, I don't manifest with chaos. I don't. I think there's a lot of people that mistakenly believe that everybody manifests with that energy, and I don't. I have very powerful meditation techniques. What's up, Melissa? I have very powerful meditation techniques. That is how I manifest. If and like, okay, let me just say this to the backbiters and the pocket watchers and the people that like to steal energy. Why can't you just balance out your Venus? Your money and your love life has a lot to do with the planet Venus. Okay. And many practitioners like myself, we regularly harness these energies from the planets. Okay. From the different planets around us. What is wrong with you actually doing the work? Many of these people will say, well, I don't even believe in witchcraft. Well, then you know what? If you're not willing to do the work, then you know what I'm saying? It's so annoying. Okay. It really is. So So yeah, but I'm definitely gonna be getting them chemicals working. Okay. And here's the thing: every single time, I do work to send the energy back, it doesn't affect me. The person usually ends up getting horrible, horrible karma. Okay. But I don't want to keep saying that. I just want you to go. And you know what I'm saying? Melissa, you ever just have somebody that you just want them to go? Okay. Just just go. So I think we're gonna have to break out the big guns. Okay. So I will be back in a few days because I got a lot of work to do. I have a shipment coming in. By the way, I do have a spiritual haul coming in, almost $200. So I've got a lot of stock coming in candles, and I've got those big, thick black candles. I'm so excited. I got big candles, small candles, medium sized candles. I got jar candles coming. So, I'm going to be sharing what I'm gonna do. And here's the thing: all of my spells work. Some people use the power and the spirit of suggestion. I've had people trying to curse me, trying to say that I'm broke. If you turn on your camera, or if you are behind my back saying that I'm broke, saying that I don't have any money, saying that I'm fat, saying that I'm ugly, I know that you're trying to cause physical changes. You're trying to manipulate the energy around me. And see, this is the reason why I consistently do the work to remove the energy, but it's got to go all together because, I don't have all this struggle in my life. In fact, I removed a generational hex from me last year that brought me in a six-figure salary last year. So, oh yeah, the spells do work. And I just want to let people know that if you don't take witchcraft seriously, you better believe that those spells do work. Okay. Yeah. I know, Melissa, I am protected, but you know what? My whole thing about it is that, subconsciously, like, I don't want to hear what negative people have to say because that's not where my mindset is at right now. And, I'm really trying to focus. Like, for example, when I wake up in the morning, I'm going on another walk. I'm focusing on me. I'm focusing on my health. Even though my body is not perfect, it's still very healthy and I want to take care of it. Okay. That's number one. I'm focused on finding my shop, finding a place that I can lease for my shop. I am focused on so many other things, so many other things other than this. Okay. Other than negativity is not at the top of my list. Okay. And there are some people that literally thrive in negativity. I don't. So I'm just like, yeah, appreciate it. Okay, guys, be on the lookout for those though. I'm going to be doing some spells using chemicals. That's going to be coming up. All right. If you guys need to reach me, the link to my website is below. And I'll see you guys later. Love and light.